And you just said something about your biggest fear. I ain't gonna lie, I want to go around the room. It's Demo here, man. It's about like one of my emotional partners. I know I know my nigga gonna talk to me, you know what I'm saying? We gonna chop it up about some really emotional shit. We gonna go there. So your biggest fear in life. I want to start there. And I say mine. I'll start this out. Mine has, for a long time, for always, have been failure. Because I always I want to get to the NFL, I want to get to college, I want to get to blah, blah, blah. And failing always feared me. So I was always, working hard. But then they transferred into, as a father, you know what I'm saying, those fears failing. So, my kids need me to do this or ask me to do that. It's hard for me to say no because I ain't gonna say I would tie that if me saying no would be a fail. But it's I'm trying to live up to a standard I see or I want to be to them. Even if I did say no, it's but we can have a conversation about it. But the fact that still keep on moving up as a parent, as a father. You know what I'm saying? Just always being there for them, being able to, you know what I'm saying, to have them come call on me when they need any type of situation. You know what I'm saying? I felt, man, Cato said something the other day. It's I feel comfortable telling you. My son tell me, I felt comfortable telling you stuff. And I was like, fucking, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That shit gave me a little, you know what I'm saying, a little notch under my father belt. You know what I'm talking about? So it's that's what I'm aiming for. And to, if it would have been the opposite, she might fuck me up. You know what I'm talking about? So it's that's what I'm aiming for. Yes, obviously I want to be a great coach. You know what I'm saying? I want to move up in that world, but failing at being a father, but that's not an option.
So failing at a father is being your biggest fear or just failure in period?
Failure in period, but I tie them, because they
go hand in hand.
I'm not worried about football. I'm not worried about coaching, because that's not another person you're dealing with. I mean, of course, you got to deal with people and whatever, the whole shit, whatever business you in. But to be great, you still have to do it yourself. You have to go and work. Yes, you get help from this and that and third, but you got to put the work in yourself. But as a father, you have to put that work in, but you're still learning a person. You have to adapt to that person with also still being yourself, and then learning that person and kicking it, and then you got multiple. You only got one job for the most part. Yeah, I'm a coach and I got a podcast. All right, cool. But then you got 3 little people or however many kids you got. That's different people you gotta know how to fuck with.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? So it to me, I accept that challenge and I love that challenge. At the same time, I don't want to fail at that. I never want to fail to them. I never want to be a failure to them in no capacity. I always want to uplift and just make them folks great at whatever the fuck. These niggas going to, you heard P just call me. My nigga going to archery camp tomorrow. Archery, nigga?
Hey, that's dope.
Pub sub on the way, baby girl.
Go
what
ahead.
you talking about? And I know your brother and sister want one, so I'm going to bring 3 of them out.
Go ahead, get it right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's now I'm going to do whatever the fuck. So that'd be my biggest, that's me. That's just me. My biggest fear is just failure. Failure in general, but yeah, for sure, failure with my kids. I don't know if anybody else want to say something, but.
Yeah. Shoot, I'll jump it off on me. My biggest fear is kind of like yours is the failure of people. Didn't grow up with money and stuff like that, and so 1 of 12. And so for me, my dad was just like, yo, all you got is your family, your word and your bond. And so being the second oldest, it was like, yo, I was looked at as the oldest because I'm the taller one, the athletic one, doing this and stuff. And so we just grew up having that protective mentality. And so for me, I was the only one by my mom and dad. So it was this complex of all my siblings are half, but we all treat each other like full siblings.
Absolutely.
And when we went home, I was like, man, dang, I ain't got nobody else here with me. So it's just hey, it's me, Mom, Dukes. Okay, now it's me, Mom, Dukes, stepdad, whatever that looks like. Or if I went and moved with dad for a little bit, me, him, stepmom, and maybe my sister. So whoever was in my niche when I was in the hood growing up, your circle, your partners are your brothers. Partner. They coming over to the apartment, they eating, they doing all that. And so for me, it was the fear of letting them down. And I just couldn't I didn't do it. Like I said, for me, I didn't like sports, but everybody around me liked sports. My uncle and them liked sports. So guess what? I had the fear of letting them down and not being good to where I started, I was naturally good at it, aggression, that turned over. Book-wise, guess what? Whenever anybody talked about books and stuff like that, the fear of letting them down, I worked hard at it. And so I learned that not only, that later transcended into the fear of not only letting my siblings down, my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids and stuff, it's grown, my teammates, everybody. That fear of letting people down gives me so much anxiety to where when most people say, oh, I don't care what other people think, like,
that's fake.
Nah, that's fake. Because if we're being honest, I don't care about what people that I don't know or this and that care about.
Facts.
But the people that I care about the most. Yeah. And the crazy part about that is sometimes I didn't know who I cared about. It might be a wolf in sheep.
You said something like that. Yeah, no,
and it's like, real. I care about your opinion, but it's really like, your opinion might be setting me back. And so once I realized, like, even now, like that fear of failure, it's like, I got to kind of be true to myself and my core niche, the people around me, to where it's like, yo, for the people that pull me out of it. So that's when I say my biggest fear, like now at 33 years old, the fear of passing away and telling my wife she got to take care of 2 kids, stuff like that. And not only my 2 kids, like I got a bonus child and she is my daughter. She's flesh and blood. Maya is a sophomore in Temple.
We bonus pops over here, nigga. Exactly. Me. Right. Shout out my nigga Tomato, Kato here all day long. My boy.
Exactly.
Fuck wrong with y'all.
And so Maya is a sophomore in college. And so it's like, I had to go to those 2 kids, but guess what? Me and Maya have our weekly conversations. And when she was like, yo, I'm about to be a freshman in college. I'm a sophomore in college. She talking about guys and this and that. I'm over here crying my heart out like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like the movie out Friday Night Light where he was like, all I know is to play football. Yeah. Like, that was me, like, down there. And when she called me one day and she was in college and I had to pull it together, like, I'm sitting here talking about, man, I'm nothing. All I see is black right now. And she asked me for help about registering and finding out about different stuff around her campus. I had to put on a fake face and I don't know what to do, but guess what? I ChatGPT'd it and helped her out. But it was like, man, she depended on me and she all the way out of state. My 2 kids over here depending on me out of state. Seeing wifey go over there and do what she doing and like putting on the house and like, it's like I'm here but surviving. My mom doing what she doing. It was like that fear of failure and anxiety is honestly what pulled me out of that dark place. So that'd be my biggest fear is letting my people down. So
Hell yeah.
I feel like for me, not really something that like you, I guess, like consciously think about, like, this is my fear. You know, you don't necessarily like want to always put a name to it, even though you know what it is. But for me, I feel like it's, you know, just because it's this journey that we all go through, all of our roads are different to get to where we are. But there's so many people along the way, whether it's brothers, friends, you know, aunties, grandparents, like it's somebody, coaches, somebody, you know, somebody along the way that really poured into you at some point. And, you know, not being able to, you know, pay that forward to either them or somebody coming up in the game. I feel like that's something that I struggle with because, you know, going through, you know, the different bouts of depression and, you know, dealing with things that we all go through as football players and things like that. You know, you find yourself at different times in your journey after you get done playing, where it's, you know, you don't want to do anything. You don't want to I don't feel good enough to go out there and coach these kids because I'm struggling with the image of myself. So it's like, you know, not being able to capitalize on those opportunities and just give it back just because so much was poured into me. And at, you know, every opportunity, even if I was doing the right things, the wrong things, there was a lot of people that, boom, I'm going to bring you back. Like you said, I'm going to give you some type of life, some type of reminder that, okay, you know, it's a lot more going on in life, and there's a lot more that can come from, you know, you not being stuck in that and fighting back and doing something about it and giving something back. So that's something that I do struggle with, that I'm struggling with right now, just because it's like, after you struggle with it for so long and then it's, you know, you find yourself where you don't have you don't have as many, I don't know, I guess like, positive images as you would like to, or maybe, you know, you're just stuck in that cycle of passing up certain opportunities and things like that. You know, it gets tough, and then, you know, getting into the place where you're finally going to the therapy and doing the things that are going to help you out of that. You know, it's a tough process. So, you know, some people's is, you know, look different than others. It is. You know, some people got more low, some high. I mean, it's all different for everybody. But that's something that I struggle with. You know, just finding that want to and that will, that desire to see that happy place and doing those things, being around this, and because it does happen. Yeah. But it's like sometimes, boom, it's good, and then there's moments where you're like, all right, well, I don't know if like that might have been all I could do for right now, and now I'm, you know, still fighting back and trying to get to that other place of pouring out.
And see, the one thing, because I want to hear King's biggest fear too, but the one thing I want to do as far as talking to you and hearing you say that is like, you got to find that encouragement. You got to find that little thing, and that's the thing.
You got to find out where you're gonna get it from, though.
You got to find grace.
Because like we just said, we just left a whole thing. We got all that encouragement from. Yeah, and I feel like I think Quentin Jam was sitting on his couch. He said something so it was smooth. I don't think nobody ever called it, but he said he put his trust and love and whatever the fuck into a woman, and thinking he was gonna get something out of it. And all he did was a spiral, you know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, we go to a point where we lead the game and we trying to figure the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are blessed and we at a time where you could be a gamer, you could be a streamer,
there's a lot of things,
you could be a podcaster, right? You could be a lot of things. Now, right before us, boys weren't able to do all that. Right. But it don't change the shit that it is still up. The shit still happens to everybody in the game. It just is what it is. But sorry about that. King, go ahead.
Oh, for me, well, it's kind of tying in with y'all, what y'all said about feeling as a father, man, letting my kids down with having started, you know, playing sports all my life. But then for me, having my kids so young, you know, I went from, you know, trying to get a, you know, playing sports was fun growing up, getting a scholarship to at least get my school paid for, to graduate, to having two in college where it's like, all right, well, I don't have a choice. So for me, like, that fear of failure as a father came early before I even, you know, became who I knew who I was as a man. You became a man, yeah. And so just that right there, I mean, that's you talking about needing motivation to, you know what I mean, to when it gets tough, to when you want to shut down, like, nah, I can't. It's not even about me. So mine goes back to, like I said, ties in with being a man, letting my kids down, man, not being a good father for my kids or letting them down, or, you know, doing something that has them seeing me in a negative light. You know, we're all not perfect. We make mistakes. So just kind of trying to minimize that, of not letting the kids down, or disappointing them as a father. I feel like that's more of a disappointment thing. I guess failure and disappointment is the same thing, but just, you know, being a disappointment to my kids, I feel like that hurts. That's my biggest fear. That's what scares me the most and what cut me the deepest as far as that goes. Yeah.
But I gotta say, failure, I feel like that's a part of all of our shit. Right. Because me as a young boy, I've been scared of like not making it to college. Like not making it to the league. That shit was always on my head. But it just, like King said, it just changed into, now I got kids. Yeah. Fuck this other shit. This is what it's about.
See, my mom made it a thing for me to where I seen people around me, but we was in the hood, but you have the people that were good at sports and stuff like that, and my uncle played pro, but we still didn't have nothing. My biggest fear then, like I said, it changed now, is the fear of letting my kids down or anybody that's around me, his wife, etc. But it was back then that started that snowball effect. I didn't want to be a shoulda, coulda, woulda nigga. That was, and excuse my French for saying whatever, this and that, but like growing up in our area, that's the standard of what they said. I should have did this. Oh man, I could have done that. Oh man, I would have did that if he wasn't in my way. Oh man, I could have did this if you know, this type of person wouldn't have kept me down. Oh man, I wouldn't have did this if I just didn't show up this night. And it was like, to have so much talent and be wasted talent, opportunity, or potential, that was my biggest fear is like, I can't do this. Like, how am I going to... And it wasn't even about sports.
I ran from the police in 12th grade.
Yeah, we all did stuff. I
was worried about my dad. First of all, I worried about Big Mike whooping my ass. And then I wasn't worried about I wanted to be able to go to college.
Facts.
I got up out of there. So I understand.
Yeah. Hey, Mama Duke said the same thing. She said, because if you come back here and you shoulda, coulda, woulda, I'm going to whoop you. And then on top of that, you going to the Army. They don't cook good in the Army. So that's what she said back then. I'm not going to disrespect them now because, Army, hey, whatever, salute truth. But I'm saying, when Mama Dukes cooked, she was like, hey, man, her punishment was she going to give you a whooping, but also you going to eat bologna. And it's like, oh, but if I was good, you got good, nice fried pork chops, something like that. It's like, hey, so it's like, I like to eat. So that scared me, man. Yeah. Hey, it is what it is.
Man, I love to hear that, and I appreciate y'all for, putting it out there. Because, not everybody, able to do that. But, I think about this shit often, bro, because I think about a lot of, I talk to a lot of guys. I ain't gonna put nobody shit out there, but a lot of guys call me, we talk on the phone about, different shit they go through. Just day to day, trying to make shit happen, I'm talking about from first round picks to undrafted niggas. Like, it don't have a category. Like, it don't matter who it affect. You know what I'm saying? It just go. And so, it always breaks my heart because a lot of the time, majority of the time, 99% of the time, the person or the people you're around don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the people that understand is the motherfuckers you were with in the locker room, your brothers.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? They the only ones that can see it. They the only ones that can understand it. They the only ones that can hear you. They the only ones that can talk to you for the most part. Unless you got that, you know what I'm saying, that person or that family that they get it. And that was a select few. But I'm just saying that to say, man, hey, my thoughts and prayers are out to any and everybody that's just affected by anything mentally, going through anything, especially obviously football players. This is the place where you can come get your shit off if you need, you know what I'm saying, your outlet. Not even get your shit off, I'm talking like to talk, you know what I'm saying, kick it. You ain't even got to be on no camera shit. It can be some BTS. And I ain't talking about it. Ain't none of it being recorded. We just talk. Because a lot of us go through a lot of shit, man. And last year, this past season, there's been a couple of tragic events involving active players and former players. So, man, I just want to say that.
And I'm going to piggyback off of it, too, because I tell people all the time, like, part of the reason right now, when people like, how can you do motivational speaking? It's like, I told you, like I do on social media, I'm not doing it to encourage somebody. I'm doing it because I'm talking to myself. As much as people don't understand, they want to understand you because they knew who you was before you was the athlete. So I encourage all the players to take out that shield. And I'm talking about when you take off the NFL shield, because it's going to come off, take off that emotional shield and talk to your people around you, because a simple help can do it. Like, as much as we joke around and do this and that, I got to give y'all boys y'all flowers. Like, when I came here, I didn't see myself like that. I might have been joking and doing this and doing that, but I was in a dark place. And after I left here and so many people started coming back, I had to realize, one, thank y'all for doing that. But two, like you said, I blew up y'all phones and y'all answered it. Unless y'all were recording or doing something else, y'all answered every time and was like, yo, I'm going to hit you back. Faye texts me all the time, hey, Demo, I see you doing this. And I text him like, hey, Faye, get them to answer. They act like that. I ain't recording, so I got them. So it's like, thank you to Faye, man, everybody here, to where it is a space, because like you said, you could just talk. Even if it's something about noticing somebody, the way they posting online, it ain't just here. Like, it ain't just on the Raw room. It ain't this and that. Like, this is how we were in the locker room. Yeah. But this is, they'll tell you, the same way I was reaching out to them, that was my way of asking for help. That was my way of still getting the locker room feeling and being around my boys. Yeah. And so with anybody that's going around there right now, do that right now, and don't wait till later on. Don't say, "Oh, I wish I could have did this." Because if you know me right now, anybody that's watching this, all the athletes, when you clip this, they'll tell you right now. Everybody tell them, hey, if D-Moore call you, he call you at least 3 times. He don't never just call one. He call you 3 times, 2 of them back to back, and then he go wait about 5 minutes and hit you with that third call and say, hit me back. Like, because it's with intention, it's with purpose. Like, I'm doing this because I know that. So when I say that, and we finally have these talks, every guy that I talk to, it's not about putting names out there, this and that. It's about every single guy, like you said, from top to bottom, first round pick, future Hall of Famer, no Hall of Famer, undrafted. Everybody says thank you, like, because I just wanted to say it. And now that you open up that door, that window, guess what? That window's open for good. Like, people are starting to call you more and be like, hey, bro, I'm having this moment right now. And so with having that moment, have it with the people that are around you, but it don't have to just be a football thing. But if that makes you feel comfortable with getting it,
it's not a football thing no more.
Because it's an athlete thing. Everybody's going through this
life.
Right now.
It's a life thing.
Life as you get older.
Because we're not playing sports no more. We're not in the game no more. So now it's only life.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we got to talk about. Like, and I know, like, I struggle with that from a couple guys calling me early on. Just kind of talking about I was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They talking about life, and I'm over here still talking about football.
Felt inconsiderate.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm looking crazy. I felt crazy. Like, bro, I'm over here still thinking about getting the game. You over here talking about you going through it. And I'm over here, like, and then I got to that point of, now I'm not playing the game. Now I'm going through it.
Like, had to call back and make some phone call. Hey, bro, you know when you was talking to me? I'm sorry, bro.
Real talk. No. Me and that nigga, I called the main back, and we had, bro, we still, that's my dog to this day, but like that shit.
And he told you, hey, don't worry about it, bro. I know where you was at. And it was like, no, bro, now that I'm going through it, I gotta tell you I'm sorry.
It's different, bro. Yeah. I gotta tell you I'm sorry.
Gotta say it.
And I need to get this shit off.
Exactly. I
gotta get this shit off.
Especially when it's too late, so it's good, man.
Man, once again, man, any of y'all boys out there that just want to tap in with Raw Room, talking about pull up on, just
holla.
Just come through, bro. This is a safe space.